Wait, is a world without capitalism possible? So many of us are asking this question on a daily basis. Skyrocketing inflation, unemployment, uber high interest rates, a job market that expects you to have a PhD at the time you're 12, and an endlessly increasing cost of goods and housing, so many of us are thinking, this system is just clearly not working. After all, how can a system be considered a success when the richest 1% own half of the world's wealth? The working class is burnt out, overworked, underappreciated, underpaid, and trying to survive, barely hanging on. But was life always this way? And what systems existed prior to capitalism? Or what systems exist now in other countries or other places that are contradictory to the individualistic nature that capitalism supposes? Capitalism is designed under the notions of wage theft and exploitation. There is the selling of a hyper-individualistic mentality, especially by these people who are on the top of the ladder, who had more generational wealth the moment you were born than you would ever have if you worked 100 hours a week every week for the next 1,000 years. The system was designed by these people to keep that wealth by convincing you that if you just work harder and just give up more of your precious sentient time on Earth, maybe, just maybe, you can climb up a ladder. But with so many intersectional matrices of oppression and so many things that keep people at the bottom of the ladder, you might just start to wonder, what else could there be? Clearly, this is only working for a very small percentage of people. Meritocracy is only for the elites. So what are the rest of us supposed to do? These questions were returning to me today while I was on a walk, and I decided to do a little bit of reading, just learning about what some people think about this and what else has been done. I strolled across this really interesting book called As We Have Always Done. In this piece from Book Forum, the author talks about how their ancestors didn't accumulate capital, they accumulated networks of meaningful, deep, fluid, intimate, collective, and individual relationships of trust. In times of hardship, they didn't rely to any great degree on accumulated capital or individualism, but on the strength of their relationships with others. What would a society look like if our communities actually took care of one another? We are so preached to just always focus on the self, individualism at all costs. But what is the cost? The cost is all of our collective sanity. When we don't show up for each other, when we don't take care of our neighbors, when we don't take care of our family, our friends, all the people around us, including ourselves, we get a society like the one that we have. Now, this isn't our fault. It's the way the elites have designed the system. But in the meantime, we have to be smart about how we create mutual aid networks, community support networks, broaden our minds to think about how life could be. So I want to open up the comments. If you know of any organizations, any people who are doing great work to do the mind shift work, or great organizational work, great mutual aid group, or just other systems, let us know in the comments. I'm so curious.